These are your Unit 5B Day 4 notes. We are continuing to work on Standard 3A, I can interpret key features. I can identify the slope and y-intercept given a numerical representation, which is our table right here. So let's do a little review. A linear table is one which all points plotted form a line. So what that means is if you look right here at this table, we have our x and our y. If we would put that on a graph, these points would form a line. Okay, so let's add these two vocabulary words to our notes. All right, so in your notes you should have a linear table is one in which all points plotted form a line. So that means when we put our x and our y on the graph, it would form a line. All right, the blank of each pair of points is blank. So what does this mean? The relationship between each pair of points is proportional or a constant slope or a constant rate of change, okay? Okay, so put this in your notes. The relationship of each pair of points is a proportional or a constant slope. So they're saying the relationships between these points is proportional. When you see a graph, okay, I have a graph, and when we have a linear relationships, these points form a line, okay? It's showing that constant rate of change, the same patterns happening over and over. You will have points sometimes on a graph that, let's say it's like this and this and this. This does not form a line. So when you have points in a graph that look like this, it is not proportional. When all your points line up where you can put it in a straight line, whatever that line may be, that is considered a proportional relationship, a constant slope. All right, the next two things that we are going to be able to identify on a table, which we practiced already doing on a graph, is our x-intercept, and that is when y is equal to 0, or our y-intercept when x is equal to 0. We were working with this one more last week, and this is what you're going to use more consistently. And so I just want to set it up like this so that you guys can see what this looks like. So the x-intercept, you have x, y is 0. Y-intercept, x is 0, and your y is a number, okay? All right, so let's look at this table, and we're going to practice finding the slope and the y-intercept. So the first thing is we know the y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. So I look right here, and I can see x is equal to 0. So my y-intercept for this problem is 0, 7. And now the next thing I'm going to do is find the slope. And I want you guys to pay really close attention to this because there were a lot of mistakes. So I'm gonna locate 2 points. I'm going to use this one, and we do 9 minus 7, and that is equal to 2. A lot of times people were saying that was negative 2. I'm not sure why, but we just think about it, put in your calculator, 9 minus 7 is 2. All right, so that is our y. So we will go ahead and put that on top for our slope. And then we go ahead and we look over to this side, and we have to use the same 2 points. So we have 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0, and that is equal to 1. So 1 would go on the bottom. So our slope for this table would be 2 over 1. And our y-intercept would be 0, 7. Remember, when we're doing our slope, it's y over x, or rise over run, okay? All right, I'm going to try this next one. All right, and make sure you guys have everything in your notes. All right, let's look at this next one. So I need to first, I'm going to locate my y-intercept, and that is where x is 0. So I find my x that's 0, which is right here, and I know that that's my y-intercept. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. With my y-intercept, x is always equal to 0, and my whatever number is with that pair, my ordered pair, my x and my y. My y is 10, so that would be my y-intercept. Okay, and now I find my slope. I'm going to use 2 points. First, I'm going to find my y. So here's 14 minus 10, and that is equal to 4. So I know 4 goes on top. And I go over here. And again, I have 1 minus 0, which is equal to 1. So 1 goes on the bottom. So my slope is 4 over 1. So if I was graphing, I would be going up 4 over 1, up 4 over 1. Right? Okay, I'm going to show you one more. So I go to my chart and I locate where x is 0. Oh, there isn't one there. So that means that there is none. There is no 0 on my chart, so there is no y-intercept, so I write none here. Okay, so this is a unique situation. Now you need to find your slope. Something that I want you to see right here is that all of the x's are the same number. When all of the x's are the same number, the slope is undefined. And you can envision that by, okay, there is no y-intercept, so that means the line is never crossing the y-axis. So if we have this, it's just going to be a straight line down. That is undefined. And why is that? Because all of our x's are the same number, right? So please make sure you have all of this information in your notes. Okay, so here we are. I want you to try these two on your own. Remember, first we find the y-intercept by locating where x is 0. And next we find the slope by finding the change in y over the change in x. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to try these on your own. Go through these quickly. So I go to my first one and I find my y-intercept, which is where x is 0. That's right here. So my y-intercept is 0, 11. Then I find the change in y, 17 minus 11 is 6, over the change in x, 6 minus 0 is 6. So my slope is 6 over 6, which is also can be written as 1. When we are doing our slope, you guys, you will never write the slope as a decimal, okay? Never, ever see the slope as a decimal, always a fraction, all right? Now we're going to go ahead and look at this one. My first step to find my y-intercept is to find the point where it's 0, x is 0. So I found that point, so my y-intercept is 0, negative 3. Then I find the change in y, negative 3 minus negative 5 is a positive 2. Then 0 minus 3 is a negative 3, so my slope is negative 2/3. All right, make sure you have the correct information in your notes. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to these last two problems. I will do one and then you guys will do the other. So this is the exact same thing, you guys. The chart is just looks a little bit different. So I'm going to follow the same pattern I was before. I'm going to find my y-intercept, which is where x is 0. So there it is. So my y-intercept is 0, 4. Now that I found my y-intercept, I'm going to find my change in y over my change in x. And remember, we always start with that second point. So for this one, you guys, it's 4 minus 7, and that equals negative 3. And then for this one, we have 0 minus 4, and that is equal to negative 4. And I'm going to just highlight this red. All right, so then we have negative 4 on the bottom, and a negative 3 divided by negative 4, when you have a negative on top and bottom, it's a positive, okay? So that is equal to 3 over 4. So when you're looking at this table, you can almost like imagine that it looks like this. And that is why I did this one minus that one, because that's my second point, all right? So your job right now is to pause the video and try this one on your own. Okay, now this one might be a little confusing. I'm sorry I gave you the hard one. We have 3 over 0, and this is actually a slope of 0, not undefined. And the reason it is 0 is because our y, if we look at this, all of our y's are the same. So because all of our y's are the same, it is a 0 slope. And you can envision that on a graph, okay? If we have a graph like this and all of our y's are the same, it's going to run like that, okay? So for this one, it is 0, and why is it 0? Because all of our y's are the same. All right, please make sure you have this in your notes, and I will see you tomorrow.